Video 3.1, Independent Clauses and Subordinate Clauses. First, independent clause. An independent or main clause has a subject and a verb and expresses a complete thought. This is the same definition for a sentence. An independent clause can stand alone as a sentence. For example, Karen and John are late as usual. This is an independent clause with Karen and John as the subject and are as the verb. Compound sentence. A compound sentence is made up of two or more independent clauses joined by a conjunction. For example, we finished the jigsaw puzzle, but two pieces were missing. The conjunction but joins the two independent clauses. Subordinate clause. A subordinate or dependent clause has a subject and a verb but doesn't express a complete thought. For example, that I told you about. The subject is I, the verb is told, but it doesn't have a complete thought. Or because she is trying to save money. She is the subject, is the verb, but this still doesn't express a complete thought. A subordinate clause can't stand alone. It must be attached to or inserted into an independent clause. For example, because she is trying to save money, Sheila has been packing her lunch. The first part of this sentence, because she is trying to save money, is the subordinate clause. And then Sheila has been packing her lunch is the independent clause. Here's a writing tip. Remember that a subordinate clause can't stand alone. When it does, it is a sentence fragment and needs to be corrected. For example, because helium is lighter than air, needs something more to it. It doesn't express a complete thought. So you could say, because helium is lighter than air, it is used in balloons. Adding another clause to this makes it a complete sentence. Let's take a practice test where we identify clauses. Number 1. Responsibly written articles and research papers are factual and well documented. This is an independent clause. It's a complete sentence. Number 2. Because you can't always tell whether the articles and stories you read are true. This is a subordinate clause. It doesn't sound like a complete thought. Number 3. Statistics interpreted carelessly weaken a paper. This is an independent clause. It can stand alone. And number 4. Avoiding the risk of angry readers and objections. This isn't a complete thought, and therefore it's a subordinate clause. That's it for this video. Hopefully you can do these on your own.